All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I hope you know what you're doing.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to episode 30 of the Starlight Digest presents the Toy Chest. I'm your host, Darth Butcher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
We've got Alexander Storm.
Good toy evening to you, fellas.
We've got Blitz Transmissions Tommy.
I'm back. I know. Everyone's worried.
And Tommy, I mean, $2 to get you kicked off the stream.
Whoa.
So,
well,
I don't know.
It was nice while it lasted.
Oh, Commander Bly already checking in and hitting us early with the super chat. It's all about Tommy there. It's all about him. That's cool. It's May 12, 2025. Again, episode 30. And real fast before we get into it, of course, you guys you're here, you know about our Wednesday show, our Star Wars, proper, but our Shadow Council, you will get the proper shout out there. But if you want to feel so inclined, scan that QR code, join that growing group, because I think there's a lot of things in store for the future of our Shadow Council and our Wednesday show. So if you haven't, like and subscribe, and of course tell a friend and hit that bell notification. And the links in the description below is our affiliates to SKN Network and Blitz Transmission. So of course, if you subscribe to us, you subscribe to them. If you like us, you like them. One big happy family. I think, right, Bly? One big happy family?
Something like that.
Hopefully. Is Bly growing a mustache too? Just like that?
No,
like
I think he wishes he could grow a mustache.
Oh!
Ow.
Might be seeing that $1.99 come back in.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Bly, of course, he's the power of the first in our pit area. We've got Stu John Jedi waiting. We also got Chet Maddox, who also accuses us of just farming chats at this point. Very funny. Basil G. I know. Basil G. is just, we just do the streams, and don't even come on. We just.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Dr. Brantley is coming in. Also, Dr. Brantley is showing off his Star Wars skills again, his trivia skills once again, because we dropped a trivia block from our May 4th event, and he claims he got 30 out of 30, which I do believe, because the guy's good. The guy's good. But if you want to play along too, we've dropped those blocks, and a lot more coming. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to do, and a lot of fun to have an interaction just to talk Star Wars, of course. We've got our best friend, Rhino Hobbies. He's our best friend now. He's our best friend.
Yes, he is.
Nice.
I took him toy shopping. That was a lot of fun.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
I took him to all my local haunts, and we went and got coffee and lunch, and
Heck
hung
yeah.
out. He's a freaking awesome guy. So anytime you want to come up, man, I'll take you shopping.
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
Yeah. You know what it is up here. You know Tatooine very well now. It's it's a thing.
I drug his ass all over.
Our other best friend Santo1414 is checking in also. Yeah. I cannot wait to gather up all of us for Celebration 2027.
I'll be coming.
Yeah.
I'll be coming.
Yeah. Oh, dude, come on. I mean,
right.
it's
I'm
we've
coming.
got. I mean, even Julie Junabi, who's in our pit all the time, she's coming from Alaska.
Wow.
So she's making the trip down here for the first time ever in California. So it's gonna be a lot of fun, So if you guys want to stay on top of things in our Discord, which is in the link below too, you could join that. There is a Road to Celebration section there that we're gonna just kind of any kind of information that we get, we'll put it on there, organize a huge meetup, and go from there, of course. How Runner Base is here because he's never gonna miss. He's never gonna miss. Yeah, Rhino. Yeah, Commander Rhino is the Celebration Japan plug. Yeah. Oh, Bly's coming with you too, Tommy.
All right.
Rhino, shout out Rhino.
There you go.
Got the hookup.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Shout out Rhino. But yeah, I think Bly and my fiance Jen are coming with me. We're bringing my friends from Monday Night Figure Ball are coming out to
All right.
Cali. We got my friends from Black Series Cantina, the podcast. They're coming out. We got all kinds of people planning on coming to Cali.
Yeah,
That's
that's awesome. I guarantee you the Starlight Digest is going to have a huge presence there. And not only just the meetup, there's some things a brewing. And yeah, we plan on making this. This is our backyard. This is our home. So we got it. This is, they're coming to our territory. The celebration coming here. So we've really got to make a great impression. So
Rhino Hobbies, good thing I didn't need to use the good old prison wallet to bring the toys back.
yeah. No kidding.
That's crazy.
Oh man. All right. So we've had a busy week. We had a real busy week in toys. And also kind of a here's the pre-orders and can we get them? Are we able to even get the pre-orders? Why? The world is burning at this point. Our hobby is in danger. It's a temporary pause. I think it's just gonna until things work its way out. But we were talking with Alexander Storm here a little bit, and I agree with him. It's like as far as availability, I think things they'll come around. They'll be set, but I think the damage is done. The prices are set. No matter what, I think if we go negative tariffs, where there's still going to be $30 figures going forward. I think the industry took full advantage of it, or the distributors or whatever happened. I mean, that's just my opinion, but. It's going to cause some people to retreat a little bit. I don't know about getting out of it, but retreat in a way. I know I'm reevaluating my entire collection, not just Star Wars. Star Wars is always going to be my go-to, but it kind of sucks that way. But it's because it's not just the figures; it's everything, right? So. It's not just another $3 here, $3. No, it's like $3 times 100 because I buy about 100 figures a year, and then every other industry, it's
That's it too. It's not just toys. It's across the board. You need filament for your 3D printer. You need parts for your 3D printer. You need I mean, I don't know about you guys, but eggs are still expensive.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's across the board, and there's only so much door dashing I can do to supplement this hobby with no vehicle, no vehicle. Yeah. Rhino, I wonder if the retailers are holding back on orders. Yeah, I think they are on all levels. Like I said, things will, as far as availability, the things will settle down. But again, the prices are set. So again, I know Alex, we're beating a dead horse here when it comes to the price hikes. Yeah, it's just what it is. And like I said, with the pre-orders from the I'm calling it the May 4th live stream, even though it was that Friday, but the May 4th is when everything went up.
Yeah, it was May 4th. Yeah.
Yeah. like I said, with there's been problems across the board. Like the Target has been canceling pre-orders. You go on to Hasbro Pulse and it's there, but the pre-order says temporarily unavailable. Or and it's like, okay, there's what's in these flux things. So what I did personally, I didn't order anything from the May 4th stuff because I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this little patience thing and try to find what I want in the wild this time. I'm going to try it with this way.
What?
I know.
Wait, no. Does it? Okay, so in other words, you're relying on me to find out the for you.
Yeah, I think I want to go out. Scott, where are you? Yeah, Scott. Yeah.
Scott Hunting.
I'll tell you what. When it comes to these Revenge of the Sith card back figures, I'm going to be getting these in the wild because my card backs show up like this.
Oh,
yeah.
Walmart.
This showed up in a box.
Wow.
But my ones that showed up in a garment bag with no bubble wrap were pristine.
Wow.
How does that? Come on.
Yeah.
Well, you saw my video, right, where I went to the local Target and I found the clone trooper and they were all tags with the security tags. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Walmart is the worst. Like, if you want to give them exclusives, do not give them card backs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, Hasbro Pulse is very, very good about the exclusives when it comes to convention exclusives, Amazon and Target, but they don't do the Walmart like on Pulse. Like they don't put the Walmart exclusives on Pulse. I don't think.
Not true. Oh,
they do now.
Remember that crystal ball fiasco?
Oh well, yeah,
because they did do that.
Yeah,
and I was pissed because I ordered it from Walmart, and yet I haven't even gotten crystal ball or an update or anything, and that's been like months.
Yeah, same with me. It said it was shipped. They took the money out. They put the money back.
That's it.
And then Hasbro Pulse. I don't even think, honestly, it might have said. I don't even think it was available. They just put it on there. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
There's some problems, man. There's some problems.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's get into what they revealed for the May 4th. Let's start with Black Series. There's actually a lot of Black Series now.
We're gonna have to change this checklist because it's full.
Yeah, there's stuff that we don't even have on there, man. Like well, first off, I did get my Sebulba in. Which,
all right.
By the way, this figure is amazing. I do wish though he had an articulated like the mouth open revealed to kind of like a smile he does, but it doesn't. I know this doesn't do it justice. I don't know if I could give this to Scott. He could do a 1 minute review on it.
Love to.
Okay, cool. Well, I will keep it that way. But I also got my Gideon and Praetorian Guard in too.
Those are awesome.
Nice. Yeah, and my Shakti and Illuminar are shipped, so I should be getting those this week. And I am caught up, I think. So.
I'm holding your Cassian hostage.
You still have my Cassian?
To you. Yes.
Yeah. Still have my Cassian. So there were two figures that weren't on the live stream that Target exclusives. It was the Dr. Krennic Gala, I guess. Dr. Krennic Gallic from Andor series.
He's in his what do they call it? Dress uniform.
Dress uniform. That's a Target exclusive. That's still available now, and also the ISB Trooper. The guard.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the checklist. I added them to the checklist.
Oh, awesome!
So
awesome.
They are on there.
There they are, bottom.
As you
yes,
see, we are full up.
We are full up. Yeah. I think Ezra is shipped, and I'm expecting him soon.
Really?
The Jeddah Trooper, or is that the Sand Trooper or the reissue of the Jeddah Trooper down there?
That's the Sand Trooper.
That's the Sand Trooper. That was a new one. For this, The Jeddah Trooper is also a re-release of Target, and also the from Andor Series 1. It's like the Mud Trooper, but the black the
Ferrex Officer.
There you go, Ferrex Officer. So Ferrex Officer, Jeddah Trooper, they were re-released at Target.com.
Oh, hey, that 2-pack, that Dagan Gera Commando Droid gaming crate pack. I got that from Amazon maybe a week ago.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay, cool.
I have that now. So,
they added another gaming grate, the K2 droid and the droid Dika, the destroyer.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah,
that one's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Trooper 2-packs, let's keep the ball going. I love it. In the live stream also, it was the Death Trooper and Shore Trooper 2-pack. Again, two of my favorite troopers to come out of the Disney era, you know, especially Rogue One.
Yeah,
I love it.
Sucks, with that one is they didn't include the blaster pistol, but he still has the empty holster on the Death Trooper.
That and I don't know if any of these are the updated versions of it too, because
no, these are straight reissues from 2016.
Yeah, so that's why I held back on it, because
they're okay. They're fine. They're not.
Yeah, they are, but the new sculpt was so good. So it was like
yes, yeah.
So it's okay. So we got another clone, Lieutenant Gale.
I gotta give this one to the clone because this helmet is more accurate to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
so very excited about that.
So another, like I said, a name trooper. So we got him coming. Of course, Krennic. We got Alias Sakura in the bubble, in the Revenge of the Sith bubble, and also another Magna Guard. This is the Magna Guard I've been waiting for. So
yeah,
this is the one I'm going to try to find, or Scott is going to try to find for me. I need at least 2 of them because I want to flag the SHF Grievous when I get him.
Did you get him? Did you?
I did.
Get that order?
I did. Well,
I get that through.
You know, there's a link. I have a friend that sends you those links.
I did mine through Ami.
Okay, he just sent me a link and I just clicked. I don't honestly.
Dude, that thing sold out in less than 2 minutes on most sites.
Yeah, and you know what, Tommy? It's funny is that I never got confirmation, so I'm crossing fingers.
They sent out emails through Ami about a week ago now.
Okay,
telling people that they accidentally left it up for too long, so they were probably going to have to cancel orders. So if you didn't get that email, you're probably safe.
Yeah, I didn't get anything. If I don't get that, I'm hoping that Hasbro does a reissue on Grievous. Maybe in the future.
I'm hoping they do a new one.
Yeah,
that's what I want. Yeah.
But
this little birdie told me that the knees on this Magna Guard are going to be much more stable than the previous Magna Guard.
I didn't get the previous one because I didn't like. There wasn't a color scheme. It was like from the comics or something, right? Or the games.
Technically, both of them are in Revenge of the Sith, but the blue one is obviously the much more prominent one from them.
Yeah, I was waiting for basically a standard release on the Magna Guards, and I wanted that. So that was it. And what else was there? I think that's it, right?
The Sand Trooper.
The Sand Trooper reissue. That
looks great.
Yeah, it does. And you know, I have like 3 of them, and those are the old ones. So I'm wondering if I think it is on the new body.
It is. It's actually got new parts too. The lower left leg has a different sculpt. The midsection has a different sculpt. He's got a new blaster. Yeah.
Very cool. Good wave, man. Good, because taking this and you're backing it from Celebration, pretty solid week, or pretty solid, solid week of Black Series, you know.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
What's with the frog guy? I mean, I'm not, you know, you guys know me. I'm not a game player, so what's with the frog guy?
is amazing. Turgle is the most annoying, just amazing character at the same time from Jedi Survivor, man.
Yeah.
He's just always getting himself into trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's like a glup. He's basically a glup from Jedi Survivor.
Okay. Very cool.
Other than that, I think that's it. Waiting on. I know Dash Render is still sold out.
How crazy is that?
I know.
Yeah.
I was shocked. That shocked me. That shocked me. I was like, I told Alex, don't worry about it, dude. Prince shoes are still available. Dash Render.
Yep.
Oh crap! I was like,
Yeah, thank you, Darth Moocher, for me not ordering that one.
I
like to put the square blame on it, but I will probably have to utilize Mr. Solo.
Well, Scott will tell you not to anyway because he doesn't like the character. So
there's absolutely no hunting in my area. So,
oh man,
but, hey, I'm sure it'll pop up, man. I'm not.
Yeah. Let's check up.
John Jedi just put it up. To like GameStop.
So, good. There you go.
Right.
Okay. Well, GameStop.com.
All right, let me log off for a couple minutes.
Okay. It's Rhino. Thank you for that. K2 is still standing. Thanks to Tashi Station Emporium stands. Hey, I have both the SH figures and the Black Series, and neither of them would stand on their own. It's just a way too top heavy character. So I'm glad they do help. Where's the stranger? Hellrunner base. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to think when they would sneak that in. It probably.
I mean, a little birdie might have told me maybe the next fan stream, Black Series Stranger.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe Black Series. Damn it,
Black Series 6-inch, Black Series 6-inch. Yeah, let's go.
We like to call it God scale.
Thank you. Yes, that's yes.
Yep.
It is the God scale.
Holy scale. Yeah.
Basil G. I pre-ordered that Target ISB Trooper figure, but I'm waffling on the new Krennic. I ordered the Gale and the Sand Trooper too. Awesome. Yeah, you know what's? I got the other Krennic, the reissue Krennic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know it's a new head sculpt. I was like, and instantly regretted, and I should have waited and got the new one because
he's all new.
Yeah, and a cloth cape, and and I was like, well, crap. Now I'm kind of, so if anybody is looking to buy the old Krennic,
he's hawking his shit on the online here. It's
Rhino Hobbies. Amazon JP might still have the SH Figure Arts Grievous. I will look. Absolutely.
Just be wary because when all my friends went to order him on Amazon Japan, everyone's cards immediately got flagged for fraudulent purchasing. So I don't know if that was just because it was in the middle of the night that everyone was ordering it.
Yeah.
But just watch out for that email so you can confirm that it's not a fraudulent purchase.
Gotcha. We've got Luffy QLF is checking in. We also have Eric Coates and Deadman 1. Yes.
Deadman.
Welcome, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, welcome and thank you.
I did something a little different this time around. We don't normally cover the cosplay items, but there were a couple of really cool helmet drops that came out. So I decided that we were going to do, I did a slide for the helmet drops. So I'm going to, since those are, tangentially attached to the Black Series.
Of course.
Here we go. So first off, let's do the lightsabers on the right. We've got Balin Skull's lightsaber is actually out. You can find it at GameStop. It's about $250, so it's in that higher price range, but
a little bit cheaper than normal.
Yeah, so tempted on that one. And then right below that, we have the Ezra Bridger lightsaber, which was part of the May 4th stream, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Which is it looks just like Kanan's lightsaber. Well, close enough for college try there. And then of course we have the two major helmet releases that came out, and that's the Death Trooper, which looks absolutely incredible. It's got some light up features to it, and the all new sculpt Commander Cody, which looks absolutely brilliant. I think it looks incredible. So if you are a helmet purchaser and you don't want to build your own like the 501st do. You guys build your own, right, Tommy?
Well, we build our own, but I mean, I found myself pre-ordering both of these helmets.
Yeah.
I couldn't pass, man. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, they look really good, especially that Cody helmet. That I'm pretty happy with that.
I watched Chris from the Hasbro team demo the Death Trooper helmet at Celebration, and it has different light features, so you can have just the flashlight on, just the green chin filters on, both of them on. It's crazy.
That's awesome.
So that's our update, the quote unquote cosplay update for the Black Series. So there you go.
Cool. Cool. Toy Mercs checking in. Where is the Stranger's helmet? They had that, right? They've released that.
That was released.
September is when that's coming out.
Commander Vi, put this Balin saber come with a 9-foot blade like the Black Series figure?
Wow.
And Jet, those helmets are Luffy. Those helmets are awesome. I am when it comes like personally, like the helmets, I think they're great. I think again, I'll never ever say like the collecting world doesn't need something, right? But like me, I like to build I built one, big deal. But like, but
it's awesome.
I like to build like because they're screen. These are probably screen accurate, and I wonder because I know like the 501st, like anybody wondering if it is approved like file first approved. I know like there's certain helmets that have to be adjusted and changed to be considered approved, like they have those. And what was it? Was it a Novos back in the day? They used to have the helmets.
Yeah,
they still do
or something like that.
Yeah, they still do. They're just insanely expensive.
Yeah, but they're kits too. Like you can convert them and all that stuff. So I'm wondering like what these helmets, if there's any kind of like changes or anything you need to make them 501st approved.
Not the clone ones are no go. They're too much going on with them for those to be approved. But I know the Boba Fett ones can be modified, and
you got to do a couple things to them, and of course the paint has to. I don't think they're I don't think the paints are movie accurate on a lot of the helmets either. Yeah. Again, people that are wondering that are into that, like the cosplay, I am.
There you go. If you want to be 501st approved, you got some changes to do. So, do we want to go ahead and cover the vintage collection?
No. I told you we're going to skip.
All right. So the vintage collection, we have had a few releases, including, I think I covered the Death Watch Trooper last week or 2 weeks ago. Well, now Balin and Shin have both shipped. They're on their way, as has the Grand Admiral Thrawn 3-pack from Heir to the Empire. That's also on its way now. Then we had some new additions to the set, including, this one's pretty cool. We get the Obi-Wan Kenobi in the cloth goods. I'm pretty happy about that. And an all-new Stormtrooper that now, they were talking about the Stormtrooper like the big deal was the holster on his left hip, which was more screen accurate. And I looked at the one that came out last year, and the holster is there on the left hip. So I don't know why, unless they just want to. I'm of the mind that you should always be able to buy Darth Vaders and Stormtroopers at all times. Anyway, so
100%.
I'm just like, go for it. I don't care if there's a change, just go for it. Release those Stormtroopers.
Yeah, but if there's a number change, you'll buy it though, right? Like if there's a TVC.
Yes. Yeah. If there's a new TVC number, then yes, absolutely. Or VC number. Then we had the 3-pack of the Troopers, which is the new,
I think that's great,
quote unquote, new and improved Scout Trooper, which is great. The Sand Trooper, and I believe it's the Lieutenant in the Snow Trooper outfits. I'm not sure. Is it a Commander? Okay, so it's a Commander in this. Well, I don't know why I try. I know that you've got all the rank insignia down. And then, of course, we have the big one, which was kind of a bit of a shocker, in my opinion, the 4-pack that's coming out with the cardboard reproduction of the original Sears playset, which includes the blue Snaggletooth, and then the 3 other characters that are all in their original, quote-unquote, original deco, even though I love the fact that they kind of cheated with Panda Baba, Walrus Man, by just giving him blue stripes down his arms instead of making his arms blue.
Yeah,
that's kind of silly. I wish they would have just went with the full arm color, but hey, whatever. It's still a pretty cool set, and they're all getting their own card back.
And it's sold out. I mean, it worked. So
it did sell out.
Yeah,
it did sell out. I didn't get a chance to get it because I was working on May 4th and missed the boat. So hopefully, I'll get a second chance whenever they, inevitably.
I do have some things to say about this one too.
I figured you would.
Yeah.
No, that's about it, because otherwise the Bantha, we covered the Bantha last time. Yep. The leaked Snow Trooper set, there's still no immediate confirmation on that, so I still have it over in the leaked section. But we had some pretty good releases. I'm happy with where we're headed right now in the vintage collection. So.
With that Cantina set, why wasn't it a retro, and why wouldn't it be retro? I know like they had those, and why wouldn't it be? Because it's like I said, I think it was great. I love vintage anything, like just the old school Kenner look to it, and the cardboard is awesome. I mean, it's a 1-to-1 replica.
Yeah, it's recreation.
But they used I first thought I love the fact that they did a blue Snaggletooth, but they put those 4 characters on card in that vintage collection, but then it's a retro package, it's a retro set, and they have a retro collection. It was kind of baffling to me, like that kind of decision, because of the Cantina, because of the Mos Eisley, everything else, and now you have this cardboard playset that if you wanted to connect it, it doesn't connect, right? Like it just doesn't work. And so as much as I like, even though I don't collect it, I appreciated it. I just was like, kind of, it's like, why wasn't that a retro collection release with retro figures, 5 points and that kind of stuff, like it's like, it's weird to me. Is it something that they had and they just look, we went this far, let's put it out.
I agree with you. I do think that, but I'm gonna pop to another slide real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
So we know. We have this guy, which the pre-orders were canceled. They are starting to find these at Target, right? There was one in
store,
Costa Mesa.
Oh, I know for a fact.
Yeah, Costa Mesa, California. They found one in store. So it is hitting stores. Just the pre-orders were canceled.
Yeah, I heard that you can go to online too and buy it for store pickup. It's just that the pre-orders were canceled.
Classic Target.
Right.
Classic Target. Something in that vein.
Honestly, it's the first time this has ever happened to me with the Target pre-orders. Yeah, I've had to go in there and approve the dumb approve your delay. I've had to do that so many times.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. I've pre-ordered it. Just don't dick around. Get me the stuff when it's ready.
I agree.
I don't care if it's delayed.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to point out is the top middle line right there. You've got a retro carded Panda Baba Walrus Man. So I wonder if that played any. Had any bearing in the decision to go vintage full on vintage collection, because they already have those figures. Actually, they don't even have Snaggletooth in vintage collection, do they? I can't remember if Snaggletooth was released in vintage collection.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like, yeah, and my first thought was like, oh, because they already have those 4 characters in the retro, and I was like, well, even if they did, this is a new carded, new playset, kind of deal, and
right.
It just and the fact that it sold out has me thinking like, well, just because I'm baffled doesn't mean it didn't work. You know what I mean? I
was going to buy it. I just forgot.
Yeah, it's like a step. I mean, is this something that you think do you think this is a one-time deal, or you think they're going to go forward with those retro play sets but TVC style figures with the color? It's almost like a new gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Retro card back vintage play sets with the vintage collection figures, but colored in the Kenner colors, and it's almost like a whole new line.
Yeah.
Well, they did that with the Black Series. Remember, they did a couple years back. They did the Obi-Wan Kenobi and the Greedo, and the
which
Jawa.
I think they should do more, but
those were really Those were really successful. So I think keeping it in the retro would have been. Either way you go, it would have sold, right? Honestly, I mean, if you're getting that classic card back, I mean, because those things are hard to find. Trust me, I've got one, and those are really hard to find in good shape. So, anytime you re-release one of those old school play sets, I say go for it. But I think I agree. I think they should have kept it with retro, since it is a retro play set. I think it should have been kept with the retro figures. We've talked about play sets before, right? What we've been getting is more facades and more diorama builds, even with the hallway stuff, the Tan TV5, even the Moss Eye, they're all basically big dioramas. They are of course they're play, but like the play sets, when I'm meaning like the Star Destroyer, the Death Star play set, when it has gimmicks on it, trapdoor and all that stuff, it fits very well in the retro universe. You know what I mean? And I was waiting for this playset to have those little sliders where you can put the figure on. You have the little sliders to move them around. I know this particular playset didn't have them, but the Cantina one, other ones do. And I'm like, okay, that would be great. Is it where they don't want to take away from the old vintage stuff, like the 1977 plus? If they start releasing almost identical playsets with those figures, will it take away from that? People. No. Okay. So if they would have done this in a retro card, it would have been the first time ever that they had a blue Snaggletooth in a retro card back, right? Yeah. So you would be filling the collector's needs for not being able to find an affordable blue Snaggletooth, right? You actually have it in the retro line. You'd be getting it for the first time ever in the card back, which is great. Yeah. But this set came with bagged figures. Like that's where my Snaggletooth is. He still has the bag, right? I mean, these all came with those bags. So this would be. It's not like it's it's replacing that original. If you still
it's not because of the figure, but I mean, do you think that's something that they are shying away from? Is what I mean. Like, you think they wouldn't do a 1-to-1 mod, like a up, not, it wouldn't be updated, it would be like a 1-to-1, just like the real Ghostbusters, like they do with other lines, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They put those retros out, and I mean, it's almost identical to the 1980s version. It's just that it says to 2025 on the on their stamp, and a little bit more, different paint. But it's almost like they purposely half did the play set and then went like, okay, we're gonna vintage collection this sucker, so it isn't a 1-to-1 old school play set. And I'm wondering if that's, I mean, like I said, look, dude, numbers speak, right? What I'm saying is like they could probably be looking at me going like, we sold out of them, so it worked, and I get it. But I always look at like an overall collection too. It's like, where are you guys gonna put this somewhere else? Or are you gonna put it right in your Mos Eisley and your HasLab Cantina stuff? You know what I mean? The aesthetics are jarring now.
Yeah,
this is the first time they did a cardboard playset, right? In the modern 3 3/4 world. I mean, even through Power.
Yes.
Power of the Force had some, but
there was a couple. There, Jabba's Palace, and they also had the Cantina as well.
Yeah. And I will say this: if you're going to do this with Black Series, do not do cardboard. We don't want cardboard on Black Series. Like like the Jabba throne. that whole SDCC.
Think about what you did with that damn Rancor.
Yeah. Cardboard is that's a touchy. And then when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's cool, but it's vintage collection.
In my personal opinion, okay, this is my and this is just me. If you're going to do a cardboard playset, keep it with the retro line because it fits.
I agree.
It absolutely fits that.
Yeah.
I wanted this just because it's vintage collection. I want those figures.
Yeah,
but I do think that they should keep the retro play action style with the retro figures. And I think that the vintage collection should either be standalone figures or, it should come with a HasLab or something, right?
Yeah. Basil, it's cardboard. They can easily release it again with retro, or you just take it, put in your retro collection, you take those carded figures and you put on your wall, right? That's
what I was going to do. So it all works out in the end. It all works out if you collect the 3 3/4.
Oh no, like I said, dude, it worked. It's not something that's gonna. It's not. I mean, obviously, it's Basil's all saying like it's pure nostalgia. Because I was staring at that, going like, that's a 1-to-1 replica. That is awesome. I mean, the paint, because I love those murals. The art in those are fantastic. Those Cantina figures are easily repaints. Have they made a Snaggletooth or Hammerhead in retro? If not, that requires tooling. Did they? Yeah, they have a retro Hammerhead, right?
They do. I think they did release him in a retro figure. I don't have it because if I've got the original, I'm not buying the retros. But I do believe they released him. Yeah,
in Commander, those 100%. Rip those characters open, put it in your HasLab. It almost serves twofold. It's a new way of looking at like a new 2-pack, right?
Yeah.
Here's a container. You take this section, you put it in your retro. You take those, you put it in your vintage collection, and everybody's happy. But you have to be collecting both lines to make that person happy.
Right. Hey, look, you can take that, since it's flat cardboard, you can take it and put it on the back side of your Cantina. It won't take up any extra space, and then you've got the street on the outside of your Cantina. So
but also they have the Mos Eisley set, the plastic 3D set.
I don't want to talk about that. I still don't know where I'm going to put that thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like they have it, so
they do.
It's almost one of those things where I would love to sit in that marketing or just have a transcript of it. And but Darth Butcher, we sold out, so shut up. So
either way, I'm not complaining because anything that has to do with 3 3/4 inch in the retro with that scale, I love it. And that's when we're talking about pivoting because of uncertainty in prices and the whole bit. That's what I think I'm going to do. Personally, I'm going to pivot to 3 3/4 inch. So like my G.I. Joe collections, I don't think I'm going to collect the 6-inch G.I. Joe anymore. I think I'm going to, if I get anything, it'll be the Super 7 Retro Action Plus with the O-rings, right? That fits my collection. Star Wars 3 3/4 inch fits my collection. It just, Yeah, I
well,
can't.
Of course,
I can't buy it all.
Of course, you're gonna.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
I want it all, but I can't buy it all.
Well,
yeah, but I think pivoting is always smart. It's got to be what you personally feel. It doesn't matter what we say or what anybody else on YouTube or any place is saying. It's what you really kind of feel down to, and then you feel like you're getting overwhelmed with it. This is something that's not supposed to overwhelm you. It's supposed to make you joy. And if that's being robbed, then hey, cut back on some stuff. No one's like gonna really kind of shout at you, get on you for just.
Oh no! At the end of the day, it's your wallet. It's your it's your collection, of course. Yeah.
See, that right there is the thing I've been fighting with. Right there is Hellrunner saying, "I've got to get it so I can review it." That's been my mentality for so long, but I can't afford to do that anymore. So our reviews are gonna start petering away unless I steal all of Moocher's toys and open all of them.
I'm not buying. You know what? I don't buy everything either. So especially not power, especially not Marvel stuff or DC stuff anymore. So it's like,
why don't you start reviewing all of Chris's Funko Pops?
What did he did one? He did one once. He went, check out all this articulation. Bubble. There you go.
But no, I think it's a good idea to pivot to stuff that you have and you've done it before. If you've done those hunting ones,
retro collections.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's interesting from the content creation point of view because it's something that before all of this, this last year, a lot of my friends have been focusing their collections, changing the lines that they collect, getting out of one scale and moving to another in some cases. And if you have a YouTube channel that's only dedicated to one specific line, you're kind of cornering yourself because then what happens if, as what's relevant to tonight's conversation, what if that line gets discontinued because it's not being supported anymore? It might be smart to maybe start sprinkling in other stuff now so that you have a fallback and your channel's not just dead in the water as soon as one or more lines just maybe get discontinued down the road.
Yeah. Commander Bly's got us. I mean, Tommy still buys everything. He'll break in and send us toys for you.
I don't buy everything. I buy most things.
Shush. Bly, if you can do me a favor and send me those hot toys, I'll review all of them.
Oh, we'll definitely review those.
I just recorded a review for a new one today.
Beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, man. He's sick.
Yeah, Hellrunner Tommy, we get it. You have friends. You don't have to rub it in.
No, they're just friends for content. That's all. I use them for content.
Deadman said nobody's reviewing retro toys. See, like you did that R2D2 find.
Yeah.
And to me, I was like, I need that now. So if you ever want to get rid of that, Scott, just hit me up first.
No. Okay.
If you ever.
But no, maybe that's what I'll do. I do have every single vintage piece. I could do a review on them all. That could be
good. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Hasbro and Hot Toys, send them to him for free.
Oh,
wow. They pay me to buy the toys.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, but yeah, it's definitely it's one thing. It's one thing that when we do this toy chat show, it's really cool to kind of get into the philosophy behind releases, packaging, all that stuff, because like I said, otherwise it's opening a figure, put on a shelf, and you see it once a month or whatever it is, and
that's still fun.
Yeah, this way, we really kind of get to analyze our collections, especially like something with that cardboard play set. We really get to analyze it, and the fact that I think I want to say though that I appreciate the fact that they're even revisiting things like that. You know what I mean? Again, I don't collect 3 3/4, so it's kind of like where I go, hey, it is what it is, but it was still kind of a question in the air for me of like why the decision is a little bit weird, especially the bad word in the collecting world is the cardboard, so it's like I know that we're never supposed to talk about the Rancor ever again because it was kind of confirmed to us that they'll never.
It's my trigger word, man.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the odd decisions that Hasbro does. Hey, what's up, John Graber?
I spit upon everything.
Wow. Ban him.
Yeah. Remember, when you're changing scales, you always want to scale up, right?
Yeah,
so
right. Bigger is better.
never scale down.
But again, speaking of Hasbro and their weird decisions, they actually did something that I really approve of with the 4-inch line, and that is this guy that has been popping up at Target lately. This is a really cool decision. Less expensive X-Wing fighters, kind of like what they did with the N1 Starfighter, right?
Yeah.
It's still the right scale. This guy actually has bendable limbs too. He actually has knee joints and elbow joints as well. I was checking this out at the store the other day. The only thing that I don't like about it is those laser blasts are non-removable. Those laser blasts are stuck to the
But they
so that
fire, don't they? Spring
they
action firing? No?
Spring action firing is the torpedo that tucks underneath the nose gun. Yeah, or the nose. But the little blue flames on the engine too, those I think tuck into the engines. Those pop out, I believe. I don't know why. It's silly. But the price was, I believe, $30 for this. And whenever you compare that to, let's switch to this slide real quick, the reissue of the vintage collection X-Wing, that's going to be about $130. So, the scale is accurate. But if you just want a fun toy, a fun ship to play with, here you
Scott,
go.
It goes to our discussion about this line, right? Like if you're going to buy your niece, nephew, son, daughter, whatever it is, you're going to buy them a $30 X-Wing versus a $100 X-Wing. That's why this line exists.
Which is why I think that the vintage collection should stick with bigger, more expensive vehicles. They should focus on vintage collection action figures, but make a secondary line of vehicles like this with little inexpensive figures. Don't release new figures though. I still hold to the keep one scale for your action figures.
For the figures, but
the vehicles release a cheaper.
I could dig that. I can understand that. Like I can see that more. Yeah, where you were kind of afraid about the resources, right? Like pulling resources into a line that you see that's on clearance all the time.
Yeah. And that to add to that, these figures are on clearance everywhere. Yeah. Right. The figures are on clearance everywhere. But like the biker scout with the speeder bike, that seems to be. I haven't seen any sell, but those aren't on clearance. The vehicles aren't on clearance.
Well, what I do see that I kind of like, I like the fact those over fantasized figures in that line. It has like Darth Vader. And those are the like the kiddie toy kind of stuff, right? That's but that's what that line is, right? It's for that age group and whatnot. But I kind of I agree with you. It's almost like two vehicles, one figure kind of deal, maybe they'll do that. Who knows? But they're deep into this line already. They're making. I don't see it going away.
It must be doing something right. I mean, every time I see them, they're on, especially at Walmart. They're always on clearance at Walmart. You can get them super cheap at Walmart. Just get him off.
No, I like it. But how do they fit inside Happy Meal? Yeah, exactly. Like,
gotta give that one to Bly.
I'd buy one and do a review, but I just got through saying that I'm not buying all the.
I was gonna super chat Bly. I was gonna hey, I like that one.
I can remove you all from this casting. Let's talk vintage collection. But no, that's my only.
I get you, but again, here's the thing, right? Like we don't know all the answers, and if there's room for it all. I mean, in the past, has always been room for it all. But again, the turbulent waters it seems to be like the new thing, right? And they might see something where it's like, I understand it's almost like the Disney Plus shows, right? There's the Young Jedi Adventures, and you've got Skeleton Crew, and then you have Andor. There's something for every single version of a fan, and the toys have always kind of mirrored that in a way. Maybe not Star Wars, but toys in general always kind of mirrored this kind of trend up play school to or preschool to like the collecting wing, but are we past that? I think that's maybe your question, right? That like a good question. Are we past that point where is it enough to sustain those levels of collecting versus you have a toy and you have a collector or a collection, so
and we've got where we normally have a 3 3/4 inch line and a 6-inch line. Wow.
Sorry, Scott. I'm sorry. Wait, hold that thought, Scott. I'm sorry.
Well, this is why super chats work.
No. I mean,
thank you. So we in the past we've had 6-inch line, 3 3/4 inch line, right? So now we've got 6-inch line, 3 3/4 inch vintage collection, 3 3/4 inch retro collection, and the epic heroes. We've got 4 different lines running at the same time, not to mention little kids' toys that are like the Young Jedi Adventures. So we've got 5 toy lines running simultaneously. Essentially,
it's an easy solution. Scale up, and you'll never have a worry.
There you go.
You might not get a blue snaggletooth, but you'll never have that worry.
My wallet will worry.
I think what's craziest to me is you bring up a good point. Star Wars has the highest, licensing fee out of any IP, and then it's got 5 different lines to split that budget up between. What's Marvel got? Marvel doesn't have a 3 3/4 inch line. They're just doing Legend.
Yeah, they do.
Well, they don't consistently release in their.
It's not a ongoing live stream,
right. They're not constantly revealing new figures for this 3 3/4 line the way that they do for TVC. And it's just unfortunate. And I don't see. I think TVC is really going to hurt more than Black Series because if you do your little inflation calculator and you go from your 1999 Black Series figure 12 years ago to now, that it's it's about $27.99. So really the price, I've rationalized it as the price is only going up $2. And to me, the quality of your average Black Series figure has increased enough from 12 years ago to now.
Yeah.
That's a pill that I can swallow. Whereas TVC with inflation was already overpriced at the $17.99. And you're going to jump it another $5 for what? I mean, you're going to kill that line. You're basically putting it in its own grave at that point.
Yeah.
And 3 3/4 inch Star Wars is the legacy of we wouldn't be here talking about this if it wasn't for 3 3/4 inch. So I think if you have to, it might be time to kind of just kill all these other kid lines and just go back to 3.75.
And that might be, like I said, turbulent waters, right? That might be something where on paper it's always been a thing, but then might have to change. The industry might have to change altogether. All industries are changing altogether now. What does toys aren't any different, right? So Mando Mike, $2 bring Scott back for someone else to donate. If I knew. So Chet is also mirroring the vintage toy reviews, Scott. Well, Chet and I have plans. So
cool. Chet and I are working on a project. We just haven't started yet. It's all in the talks right now.
Yeah. Howl Runner, I believe last year it was at $17.99.
Or some of the figures were
now, right? $17.99.
Big Bad Toy Store is $17.99.
Okay.
Not on Hasbro. On Hasbro, they're still, I think, $15.99, aren't they?
Yeah, maybe 15 or 16.
I'm checking right now.
Yeah, I mean, you're 100% right about like pricing themselves right out of the market, and there is a, I mean, it's almost like
$16.99.
Yeah. $30 for a Black Series figure. If it was the definitive Black Series, sure, but like my Leo Bosch, the discussion, there's 3 of them. Right. And 3 of them within, say, 3 years time. And that I didn't know 2 more were coming out. So I bought the first one.
Right.
And the archive, this is the definitive one. Okay, I bought the second one. So now at the time I'm like $20 or $42 in. Now they want me to buy this 2-pack and spend another $20. So I'm $60 for one version of that figure. And that's where it's like, that's the hard decisions to make. Swallow. Yeah, and if they came out with another Leo Boach said, this is it, $29.99, and it's going to be the definitive and it has all these extra accessories or whatever, if I knew going forward, then maybe, but it's always that like, okay, now you're going to make me pay $30 for this figure and probably another $30 again in 2 years because you updated, that the sculpt of the hair different.
Here's what I can tell you without people getting in trouble. When it comes to Black Series specifically, again, I'm much more knowledgeable on that than TVC because I interact with Black Series people and not TVC people.
Right.
the idea going forward, what's trying to be pushed is let's stop doing that, which is release Bausch Leia and then release her in a 2-pack with a character people want, not even 6 months later.
It hurts me.
And then let's release her again in a retro card.
Yeah.
Not even 6 months. What the idea is now is, why don't we just save ourselves the trouble and just dump troopers into multi-packs and into repaints, where the only new tooling is maybe a new overlay here and there, or just new paint. Yeah. And if we do that, then the company saves a bunch of money because they're not having to figure out how to newly tool stuff all the time and figure out how to get, figures into, and we call them hostage packs, where there's one figure we do want and one figure,
they're not pissing off the collector.
And then the idea is then that money that you use with those repaints, you can then use for
because even the original troopers I have as army builders, and they work, and you display them that way. So like a trooper, if I'm on if I ever go outside one day and I decide to go to a Target on my own and I see a stormtrooper and I've got say $30 or if a 2-pack for 45 or whatever it is, I'll buy it, be like, cool, man, even though it's updated, you always want those troopers. And you're right. It's more inclined to buy that and be like, cool, because I can put it with all the other 50 of them that I have and not miss a beat. But a specific character is becoming it's much more harder. And then now it's like then you're causing that withdrawal. So it's like it's great intentions and updating characters and putting it out in fans' hands that have missed that first opportunity, because there are new collectors coming in all the time.
Exactly.
And I do get that. I really do get that it is a tough decision, but 6 months, that's a hard pill to swallow. How Runner he said, that's Future Moocher's problem. Yeah, I mean has been I have a T-shirt that says that. Mando Mike is in the chat checking also, and he says I'm trying to hold on to being a Black Series person, but it's been very hard this past year. I don't know why it's hard. It's Black Series is on fire. I mean,
they are.
Yeah.
I think he's probably meaning from the pricing point of it.
Oh yeah,
then especially if it jumping up. And here's my point, because I'm primarily black, but Scott's got me into a little bit of vintage stuff too. But
wait a minute, wait a minute, Alex. You're primarily black.
You'd be surprised. Crazy. I've heard differently, but every now and then, and everything. When one of Tommy's brigades pulled me over, and I know what.
That's
that's crazy.
I just had to throw that in, Tommy. Tommy's on the East Coast. He's never pulled me over.
Yeah, exactly.
But one of the things to do is always the long game, and I've been trying to preach this to Mooch. Look. A lot of the Black Series at this pricing, a lot of people aren't going to pick up the same amount of stuff anymore. This is going to routinely fall into the secondary markets of your Rosses, your Ollies, your Burlingtons, and everything else. If it's a very exclusive figure, chances are it will sell out.
Right.
But I think that the only way that you can kind of let these companies know about the price increasing and how you're not going to actually objectify to it is by not purchasing that and letting it fall into the secondary market. And I think then you'll get retroactive changes. So play the long game, because a bunch of figures I got last year, I got for under $13 to $10 because I just waited a little longer. And the FOMO is real, but it hurts your pocket at the same time.
Perfect example, right? I have a Krennic from the original release of Rogue One. I got the second one. I don't know why. It was just because, again, you click, pre-order, boom, and you go about your day. He came in way too fast before I can cancel or whatever. Now I'm stuck with the Krennic with a new head sculpt. Cool. But if I just waited, maybe I could have just dealt with, or I would be like, look, it's a Krennic. I can deal with the original one. I don't need 5 more of the same, unless it's a whole different, garb like that, where it's like, now I have 3 Krennics. Well, the Gala Guard, 2 of the original, stuff. So I'm like, well, damn, there's $27 or $25 that I could have bought a Stormtrooper with.
That works out, because I know Scott has always said about the Hans and Chewie, and I have never
Yeah.
purchased one in the Black Series.
Yeah.
But now I'm thinking I am because the fact is that he said, "Oh, this is a definitive one. This looks great."
They look great.
I didn't want to keep just purchasing one after another after another.
Yeah.
So now that it looks like I
played
got
the long game,
one,
dude. Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick it up now.
Yeah.
Meeks is checking in.
Meeks.
What's up, Meeks? Yeah. I hear you on that. Yeah. And again, there are certain figures out there that have been from day one that really need that update, and Han being one of them. I mean, it's like, I'll do no favors. I'm selling the old Han. You know what I mean? Like that one should be put in storage way deep underground because that, you know what I mean? But
it was good for its time.
It was a placeholder, right?
Yes.
It was a placeholder, and that's why he's way in the back of the thing. You know, when I get the definitive Han Black Series, because SH Figure Arts is really good.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't have that one, and I don't feel like spending $100 on a figure. So
yeah,
like I said, with Mafex and SH, I don't really go that deep on those because unless that's a replacement for, like I said, a Grievous or a K2SO, because K2SO SH is really good too.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
doesn't stand worth the damn, but it's a good one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, hey, you know, like in no way is the conversation ever over, right? I mean, this is something that as collectors, we're not just only about what's being released or what looks cool. It's always about like the philosophy behind it and the theories behind it and the decisions we make. And because again, our collections are living, breathing documents. You know, they're something that always changes and always moved around. And like to me now, I'm going to be like right now, I'm in that mindset of episodes 1 through 6 are insta buys, everything else, even Disney Plus shows. I might just got like one of the main character, not 17 different Andors. Like when Mando Grogu movie comes out, I don't think I'm buying another Mando. Like I really don't, unless the armor changes. But I won't buy every version of that, like snow worn, sun damaged, mud. I'm not doing that. No, I'm not going to do that anymore. I can't. That's just way too much for one figure, you know. Yeah. But brand new figures, I'm all in. OT insta buy, prequels insta buy, and now I'm gonna kind of be selective in that. Like Clone Troopers, I'm
better watch what you say.
Clone Troopers,
carefully, Mooch.
So Commander Blitz was an immediate pass, right? I mean,
I'm not unless Tommy's gonna have to super chat us to buy a Blitz figure. No, I will 100%. Honestly, I'll buy a Blitz and have Tommy sign it.
Someone super chat $5 to kick these two at the top out. Me and Alex are taking over.
There you go. Yeah. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me get my thing right now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was gonna do it.
Does it even work if I do it? No.
I mean, temporarily, yeah. Eric Coates. I hope Black Series and TVC don't get canceled. I don't think they just renewed.
So.
Hasbro just renewed the license. I don't think if anything, it retracts. It won't never be canceled. You know, like I think we're at the time and place that Star Wars, especially with the properties doing really good now. Yeah. I think that you might see a little bit of retraction as far as like maybe not as many, individual figures, but you'll maybe get better concentrated, and the 2-packs and stuff like that we talked about.
I want them to streamline. That's what I
want. Now that we look, right? You look and go, Max Rebo, need them.
They're also stuck contractually till 2030, so like they can't really cancel anything from between now.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it.
Not that they can't. I mean, it's not that they can't cancel things. I mean, because we've had this before where lines were canceled, right? But I think your two primaries right there. I think we're more in danger of the retro collection being canceled,
right?
Than vintage collection or Black Series. But I would rather they cancel the Epic Heroes and kind of go with the retro. But that
would be canceled first, and if that happens, then you're going to see a retraction. Yeah, if they do like, okay, we're getting rid of those Epic Heroes and say retro, then you're gonna now we might get 5 live streams instead of 10. I'm still waiting on I haven't heard a lot of people say that they're gonna like really, really hold back on Star Wars, in general, because again, the properties are doing good. It's all about this this world of where we're at in it. And I think it's a temporary thing. But the prices are going to be permanent. They might not go as high as we think they, but the supply and demand, I think, is a temporary thing. And I think that we will get caught up on that when it comes to like the problems at Hasbro Pulse or Target, Walmart. I mean, they got to figure those out, because that there is a zero confidence in exclusives anymore. Yeah. I thought, how many years are we into, especially Black Sea, right? 11 years into it, and they're still having issues on the exclusive ends with partners. Then get new partners, or do a Pulse exclusive and
Yeah, they need the shared exclusive, right? Because if they just stick with Walmart or they just stick with Target, then we have these issues with cancellations. We have Walmart and their inept shipping department who just kind of crams things into garment bags and ships it.
Look.
So we need that shared exclusive so we can order it from people that will take care of it, like Hasbro Pulse, right?
Yeah.
Other people that don't give a damn, that just want the figure, fine, buy it from Walmart.
Right.
But just I know Walmart and Target pay a lot of money for these exclusive rights.
They do.
And but there needs to be a freaking caveat put on them, right? I mean, like, okay, we're gonna give you guys these exclusives, but you gotta think, man. Anyway,
but don't you think that comes in play into more or less Hasbro, because Hasbro is giving Target and Walmart, but yet there doesn't seem in any other industry, when you have an item that the manufacturer sends to you, you destroy it. What do they tell you? That company pays for that. All right, well, you destroyed the product, that's on you, and there's a mandate put onto it. Hasbro's not really doing that because, like Tommy said, that's a high fee they're paying back into Disney. So what they're basically allowing that to happen is, okay, well, yeah, they know there's problems with Walmart. They know there's problems with Target.
They're aware.
But they need that money coming in to help pay the licensing. So I think if there's a pushback at one point where Hasbro's like, okay, sure, no problem. Well, then that figure right here, since you destroyed the package, this is how much we're taking off. Then it would be a general situation where then they would get their departments in line like any other thing. You damage a car on the car lot, they don't just go back to Ford and be like, hey, yeah, well, sorry.
I think that because Walmart basically, if it's an exclusive, they're paying for basically to have that figure, and I think they're paying for everything on it, right? And they're just given, it's like their thing, so it wouldn't be sent back, or Hasbro kind of like watch after they pay for it. It's like, we didn't have anything to do with it other than the approval, the tooling, all that stuff. But as far as the distribution, it's Walmart's thing, and none of those goes back to Walmart. You know what I mean? It goes to Hasbro. It'll go to Walmart, which then they'll sell to Ollie's, or they'll just try. I mean, they've been known to just burn it in the back lot, right? They've been known to just,
it sucks too, because
if it was a shared, then yes, but
with Walmart, like with these Revenge of the Sith card back figures, for example. If it wasn't for Walmart, those would not have happened this year,
right?
Because they needed a retail partner that was willing to get in on that, and Walmart was the only one that was willing to get in on that and had enough open, because when they do these contracts every year, it's like, okay, your chain is going to get X amount of exclusives spread throughout the year. Walmart had 7 spots for exclusives that all just got eaten up from all these different Revenge of the Sith figures this year. So it panned out. Sucks for us that Walmart, and again, like I think Alex mentioned it, can you really blame the fulfillment center employees who have a quota to meet at the end of the day? They don't care if they, this stupid little box, I don't have any boxes this size.
Do it on purpose.
Put them in the bubble mailer and send them out. Like,
watch Starlight Digest, watch them flip out.
That's why things like this, exclusives like this that are store exclusives, I think they should be personally, I think they should be kept in store only.
I agree.
I don't think you should be able to sell them online.
Oh, like
or double card those, like the retro G.I. Joe. Like
I think they could
package them better.
Change the card backs.
I think that'd be great.
But even then, at the same time, I'm the one who found all of them that were pierced with security tags. So whenever I did find them in store,
that's a store.
GameStop did this. You could, if you
I got one.
First helmet, you got the coin.
Oh, that's cool.
I want to see more of that, because I went at 11:30 and they opened at 11, and the employee told me I was the last person. They already sold out in 30 minutes.
Wow.
So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I went
Yeah.
midday.
Incentivize the in stores.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went midday and they couldn't find it. So I picked up the helmet, but they couldn't find the coin. They had to call me a day later and say, "Oh, we found it."
Oh,
and I will say this:
great,
the
great.
Revenge of the Sith figures,
Yeah.
the Revenge of the Sith figures I do find at Walmart are pristine, all of them.
Yeah.
I have yet to find a destroyed one,
Or a pierced one,
because they show up in the shippers, and they're all packed real nice. So they just pull them out and put them on the shelf.
Gotcha.
As opposed to
My Commander Cody was great.
Boxes. Yeah.
And that's the thing over at our Walmart, and we've got like 4 or 5 in here. Not one have not seen the display, not seen anything up where Mr. Solo is. Yes, but here it is almost like a Walmart blackout when it comes to anything of Star Wars on the shelf.
But if they're taken away from the shipping departments and they're actually put in the stores, then you'll have the stock in the stores, right?
Hey, Walmart, it's the only way to beat Amazon. I'm telling you, otherwise you're going to be consumed just like they consumed every other brick and mortar, mom and pop, whatever it is. If you can't get people in the store, because chances are they'll buy more things, hence whatever. So, you know what? Yeah, I mean, there are some. It's almost too easy. But then, you know, I don't know if the suits at the powers that be go like, don't care. You know, we made a penny, and that's all that matters. And so, you know, unfortunately for us, but we're not going to buy those pierced figures. So guess what? Nope. They get, you know, I said burned in the backlot.
Yeah.
So
It
does 100%, dude. I mean, we're very, very wasteful. Human beings are very wasteful. So, but anyway, let's get out of here. I think that was a good discussion today. I think we covered a lot of ground. I cannot wait to get more pre-orders are coming in and see where everything goes. We should hear some. Oh, I think San Diego Comic-Con, I know it's a big thing as far as reveals. But I'm wondering when the Cantina is going to start shipping or close to. I don't know, because I mean they have it. They've been toting it. They had it at Celebration. It's something that you would think got through the through the blockade.
So I got Black Series predictions that are
yes,
heavily well educated. For San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes,
Revenge of the Sith, Mace Windu, Palpatine dual 2-pack. We got maybe Barriss Ophi, the Stranger, Jedi Temple Guard. Maybe a Revenge of the Sith Anakin and Obi-Wan with swappable heads, swappable hands, lightsaber blades. I don't know. Who knows what'll happen? We might be cranking up the heat. I mean,
anything about an exclusive for Comic-Con? Because that Obi-Wan Anakin almost sounds like it could have been
almost does,
2-pack, more than likely some sort of show exclusive that'll go to Hasbro Pulse. And then also mainline releases of Anakin and Obi-Wan by themselves. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That sounds like if you said that's a way that even I know it's a rumor and it's just kind of like speculation, but that sounds amazing.
I mean speculation, you know.
Rhino Hobbies overnight. All the GameStops shut down and removed the signage in his area.
Whoa, that's not good.
There's been a couple in our area too that have also shut down. One in Highland and one in Rancho Cucamonga that both shut down. So I'm fingers crossed we don't lose ours up here.
At one point, GameStops were like Starbucks, dude. They were everywhere. Yeah. So this might be a reorganization. I hope, you know, because
God, I hope not. That would really suck. That's where I get the majority of the stuff.
I'm saying they've been stepping up lately, so I don't know. Like, now we're gonna lose that too. So. All right, guys, thank you so much, everybody in the pit. You guys are awesome as always. Of course, you know, like and subscribe and hit us up on Wednesday when we finalize Andor, probably the best Disney Plus show ever.
I don't know if my heart can take it, man. At least we get K2 this week, right?
I mean, K2. Spoilers ahead. So we spoil the hell out of it. So make sure you watch it tomorrow. Hit us up on Wednesday. But before we go, Tommy, Bliss Transmissions, are you at 10,000 subs yet? I mean, you got like a billion videos.
We're gonna hit 1,500 soon here.
Hell yeah!
Nice.
But, probably next week. Yeah.
Probably. I see on in Nashville, Tennessee this week. If you see me, these guys are getting special VIP mail sent to them, but Blitz Transmission stickers, giving them out at IPCCon. If you see me, come hang out. We'll go check out some toys. I'm probably gonna get a tattoo while I'm down there. And,
nice.
Does
Bly know? Does Bly know?
Yeah, well, I have one already. I got one right here. I got the
gym. There you go.
Hey,
cool.
Right on.
Hey, there it is. But yeah, reviews.
He's gonna get a tattoo of the helmet of Blitz's helmet on his ass cheek.
I'm actually getting it on my thigh. Yeah.
Nice.
But I got the review for this guy coming out tomorrow or the next day. Hot Toys
Nice.
Enoch. I have like over 20 reviews I need to record. So lots of content. I released a video about the tariff situation on my channel.
I'll watch it
this afternoon. Absolutely. So. Yeah, lots of cool stuff. But you know who just goes really hard in the paint with those live streams? Those guys over at the Shadow Nose Network.
They do, man. They're captivating.
Man.
Alex,
well,
what the?
Riveting.
Before we start, happy birthday, Hal Runner Base.
Yes,
happy birthday, Hal Runner.
Hal Runner.
Shout out.
You know what? Thank you, Hal Runner, for always being in there and chatting up with us. You actually participated in our trivia, or when we premiered it, and you did very well. I think you would have done very well at our live gig anyway. So happy birthday, man! See you Wednesday.
Hal Runner won a hot toy on my giveaway for 1,000 subscribers.
Wow!
So Hal Runner, you do need to send me your address. Send that to me over Patreon or Instagram.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yes. Right there.
Yeah. What did he win?
He won the Deluxe 501st Clone hot toy right here.
Nice.
Oh, snap. That's awesome.
Great.
Congratulations, Hal Runner.
Nice.
Great, man. So great birthday present too, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Alex, SKN.
Man, you know what, bro? You know, it's jumping back from just trying to catch up with Tommy because Tommy's on fire, man. We're trying the best to do what we can, but this Wednesday on Toybox Chronicles, 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are doing Is Toy Collecting Over?
Ooh,
that's a question. So we're trying to hit off some of our other brothers on the channel and everything, have our definitive answers. So tune in and find out if Mr. Maddox and I are going into a completely new hobby. I think we have to change the name of the show.
Yeah, no kidding.
Then on Fridays, Pixel Plastic and Ink been heating it up. We've last week we did the summer blockbusters. As you know, in the next couple of weeks, there's going to be a slug out, which is going to be between Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible. So that Memorial Day weekend is going to be firing up. And
I will be in that chat, but I'm putting my money on Lilo and Stitch.
Same.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what Dr.
I already bought my tickets for Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, because I think Mission Impossible has run its course. I'm so bored of those movies. That's me. But
you can catch Chet and I over on Bandito Radio, 112 FM. It actually has its own YouTube channel.
There you go.
Yeah. There you go.
We're all Home Depot dudes.
I know. It's like this old house and everything, this old box. Exactly. We can most definitely, he knocked me off of my question. Thank you, Dr. Brentley, as usual. Thank you. But no, Bandito Radio 112 FM is for the toy collector out there. If you're a toy enthusiast, if you're a toy photographer, toy customizer, just overall, just person who collects it. You want a radio station that's devoted towards you. That is Bandito Radio 112 FM. Got a couple of great shows on there, podcasts, Action Figure Frequencies with myself and Mr. Maddox, and then Full Frontal Purple with our buddies over at the Purple Gang Gang. If you're not watching their live streams on Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific Time, you're missing the wildest show on YouTube because these guys go hard and go wild. But we got a lot of great things. But if you head over to Bandito Radio, it has its own YouTube channel right now. Please subscribe, because I know a lot of people were subscribed to the Odd Frog, but go over to Bandito and subscribe and let's get those up. We've got a lot of things planned over there. And, we're getting ready for Robo Toy Show.
Yes.
June 8th.
Oh, yeah, we are.
And we will be live streaming from Robo Toy Show like we did the SoCal Joe Show. We will, hopefully with less difficulties. But, we'll be live streaming there. Tommy, we're going to have to get you one of these points to live stream from one of your events, bro.
I'll be lined up. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's it, man.
I think I'm going to go to Robo. I don't think I'm vending there, but I'm going to go just kind of walk around.
I think Jesse and I were talking today because my best friend Jesse and I were going to have a table at Robo Toy Show.
Okay,
and,
great.
We were talking about getting an extra pass and seeing about getting you in there, Mooch. So
if not, I mean, I'll just go. Like I'll buy it, at the door and just hang out and walk around. I mean, it's
rock and roll.
It's cool, little relaxed day, Yeah. So Sarlacc Digest. Again, I
heard of them.
They're okay. I mean,
it's a good panel. It's a good panel.
They're not as good as they think they are, but they're better than most.
Exactly. Cannot wait for the finale of Andor this Wednesday. We will be breaking it down. Spoilers all ahead. But we will give you a little bit of warning, and whatever news comes first, whatever we're hit with, and then we will plan out the rest of the year on what we're doing because they'll have a lot of cool things planned. Especially our trivia test your knowledge. Either play it by your solo or with a group. Host your own Star Wars party. We've got you covered. It's something that we're going to be adding constantly to an ever-growing playlist of trivia. Again, we'll try to do premieres like that. We are going to bring back the live trivia on the show too, with prizes, all that good stuff. So there's a lot of cool things happening over at the Sarlacc Digest. So again, like and subscribe if you haven't, and of course on Blitz Transmissions and SKN, the links are in the description below. So you can just go scroll down and click. That's all you got to do is take all the guesswork out of it. And then real fast before we go, Tashi Station Emporium YouTube channel and Tashi Station in general, some huge changing and restructuring happening over there. Some good and some really good. I'm going to put it that way. Different things are happening. It might not be par for the course, but I think that there's some really cool things that I've got going on. And also the guy over here, you can't really see him right here, but this is our little droid, our pit droid that he made his debut on our show last week and our May 4th event. I have a full build series 1 through 4. It's out. The completion from beginning to end is out there, and consume it. All you cosplayers out there and all you prop builders, I'm hoping that I gave a little bit extra to that ever-growing world because I've learned so much, and I've already got a lot of comments on how to do things better next time. So
nice.
If you haven't, again, one big family here. Our Discord's in below to keep the conversation going. And with that, I think we're done. Thank you guys. Thank you, Pitt. With that, Scott.
Keep it nerdy, everybody.
Bye.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.